Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a reading for our Divine Collective here on YouTube. So thank you to all of you who are tuned in to the reading today. Know that simply by tuning in, you are energetically co-creating all of the messages that come through this reading, whether you are listening now as of when I post the reading or later on in the future. Time, space, and distance do not exist at the level of energy. So whenever you are contributing your energy to this reading, you are quite literally manifesting it along with me. Here I have a card from the emotion deck. This is the Soul's Journey deck, and the card that came out is Perseverance. And really what I feel with this card is something coming to fruition or coming together that someone has been waiting for a long time. So this could be a project, it could be a relationship type of situation. I feel that whatever is coming through at this part of the reading, your spirit guides are really asking you to release your fears, to release your worries, and to allow the universe to coordinate the details here, because we do have the worry card in the reverse position. And I'm really getting that mantra, I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me will find me. Now, of course, this has been a really popularized affirmation, but it is extremely powerful for reminding us that what is aligned with us will flow into our life with ease and grace, and it won't be something that we have to force or push or chase into place. I feel that specifically for many people listening, this may be applying with a particular person or connection in your life. So you might find yourself thinking about how or when things are going to come together with a particular person in love or any relationship context. And I heard the word mirroring. So if you are dealing with another person here romantically, know that they are actually mirroring your nervousness. They're mirroring your fears and your concerns here, because they're feeling the pull too. I'm getting this very strong matched energy here. Another thing that's coming up in that context is that someone here may be getting a little out of balance with the balance reverse card. We also have the love card here, because, and this won't be for everyone, but for someone listening, you might be going to other people for advice about this person or situation. So again, I won't be speaking to everyone here, but for someone listening, you may have gotten, for example, psychic or tarot readings about this person or situation. You may have asked friends or family members for advice or guidance, and I'm hearing mixed signals. So if it is the case that you've spoken to other people about this, you might be getting mixed answers from people around you. So some people might be giving you the advice to pull back from this person. Other people may be telling you to push ahead with them. Some might be telling you that you are crazy, or in some cases even delusional, for thinking that this person reciprocates your feelings or just really getting in your head about it. Other people may be telling you that this person does in fact match your energy and reciprocates those feelings. And I'm just getting this sense of being out of balance, being very confused because of other people being involved. Now, if it's not a person that I'm speaking to or speaking about here, if it's a choice in your life, in your career path, in whatever the case is for you, follow your heart, because the love card is really standing out here. And also along with that, indecision reversed. So there's very a set, firm, decisive energy here sitting on the heart chakra that seems to be invisible to other people. And what I mean by that is your heart really knows the answer to this, but other people around you may be giving you mixed signals. They may be giving you mixed advice. And I am hearing your spirit guides say that, and this is a really powerful message. The thing is, whenever you seek out advice from other people, you are seeking out advice from people who are perceiving reality from different timelines and dimensions. So even if someone is a psychic or a tarot reader, of course, I do read tarot myself, and I feel that tarot can be a really powerful tool, and getting that external perspective can be extremely valuable as well as a sign of confirmation of our own intuition. However, with that being said, I feel that someone needs to know that because of the way in which you have raised your vibration, you are now aligned with a very high vibrational timeline. And the thing about this is many people who you may be asking advice from could actually be perceiving reality from a lower timeline trajectory. So they may not actually be capable of seeing into the higher truth of this person or of this situation, because their perspective is limited by their own experience and by their own vibrational capacity. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but I feel that you need to know you have perfect guidance within yourself. Your intuition, and specifically your heart, is really leading the way here. I do feel that someone might be feeling a bit restless with the Peace card in the reverse position. Restless about this thing that you've been turning around in your mind. Again, whether it's an idea, a decision in your life, a specific person in your life. And the reason that you have this feeling of restlessness is actually because there is something really important happening here at a spiritual level. And it's almost like your soul can sense that, but your mind keeps questioning it. That's a major message coming through from your guides today, is trust what your soul knows, because your soul knows something here. If you've aligned with this reading, I feel your soul knows something very powerfully that other people or influences around you may be trying to cause you to second guess or to doubt. So what does your soul know here? The Garden and the Gate reversed. Okay, so you might be seeking beyond your typical walls to connect with someone or some opportunity or some new path. There's this energy here of you acting or behaving in ways that are a bit out of the ordinary for you, that aren't your usual norm. So for example, if this is in love or relationship, you may have connected with or met a person who is causing you to really want to be more forward than you usually are, or to let down your guard, to let down your walls and really connect with this person or let them in. This, again, if it's a job situation, it may have caused you to want to just take a leap of faith, to put yourself out there in some way. And I'm hearing out of character, like whatever you've done in a leap of faith or that you're contemplating doing, this might actually be very out of character for you. And yet it feels like almost this irresistible pull. And again, the mind is stepping in there, causing you to second guess it. Wow, I'm getting chills all over, by the way. This is a really, really powerful reading for someone. I hope that it connects with you, whoever this is for. And I hope that it confirms that you're not going crazy, and that regardless of what other people might say or think or perceive about your situation, your heart knows the way. You're feeling this pull for a reason. And in fact, if you are seeking out other people for advice or guidance here, I'm seeing your guides almost teasing you, saying, really, you already know the answer, and you're looking for someone to tell you what you already know, to confirm that intuition. And if they were to tell you something different than that, it would feel really off to you. And you might even feel triggered or get kind of angry or upset at the person because essentially you already know the truth. You know the answer. You're not really seeking advice or guidance as much as confirmation for what you already know. And again, even this reading video itself, you may have been drawn to the title or the thumbnail of this video because you had this gnawing sense that you know something at a deeper soul level that you can't explain with your mind, that might even feel as though it's driving you crazy. And I hope that this reading can be one of those signs of confirmation that you can trust the guidance that comes from within. That's a really powerful mantra as well. I can trust the guidance that comes from within. You can feel free to comment that below if you do want to lock in the vibration of that affirmation in a more powerful way. Writing often does have that effect because it's another way to flow energy. And I just saw the number 1111 right after I pulled the Temple Path card, the sign of you really being aligned with a higher spiritual path here. But the thing about this path is, again, it seems to not make sense to your conscious ego mind. And that is driving the human part of yourself crazy. It's like something very unexpected has landed either in your mind or in your life. Something that's very out of the ordinary for you. If this hasn't yet happened for you, but you're still feeling this really intuitive pull to this reading, know that that could be a sign. This is actually something that could be about to happen for you as you're really staying surrendered in that flow of your life. You could align with something that is really unexpected and beautiful and powerful, and that causes you to want to act out of character. But I'm also getting the words fun and exciting. Like, this feels like you're really living in the moment, staying fully present with yourself, but completely blind to how this is going to play out. That's the other frustrating thing about whatever this situation is. There seems to be no guarantees here. If this is a person, because by the way, I just keep sensing this other person romantically involved here. And if that is the case, know that they're feeling the same way. I'm hearing that if there is a person involved here, they've thought a lot more long-term than you would really realize or know. Like, this person has actually been thinking in the long term with you, even if you've only met briefly. I'm hearing the word marriage, so this could be them literally thinking that they want to marry you someday, but this also could just be seeing a lot of long-term future potential with you again, even if your interactions have been very brief. I also feel, again, if this is another person involved here, they really do mirror your fears and anxieties here about where this is going to go. They themselves feel as though they are acting really out of character. But again, you seem to feel that way as well. It's almost like the energy between the two of you, again, if there are two people involved here, seems to be causing both of you to act in ways that you never would. Someone here has done or said something either to you or to a friend, or the way that they're feeling that they have never done or felt before. Like, you might be far along in earth terms, in human terms, in your physical incarnation currently, but that doesn't matter. Like, the way you're feeling in this situation is very new. The way you're feeling about each other is very new. It's something that I don't feel either of you have ever experienced in the past. And you're coming up as the goddess of the moon upright. So for many of you, this will connect with you because this is my number one divine feminine card, and you may resonate as the divine feminine in this situation. Of course, you could be a divine masculine as well. I know that there are many divine masculines who connect on this channel also. And if that is the case, this could speak to you really awakening your inner emotionality, that inner divine feminine essence. With Magician and the Mirror, though, in the reverse position, I do see that someone is feeling so overwhelmed by the emotions around this connection that it's actually causing them to feel a little bit unbalanced energetically or emotionally. They're feeling ungrounded, feeling distracted, really having trouble tapping into that divine masculine energy, if that makes sense, because they are feeling so emotional, feeling so highly spiritually connected to this situation. I'm hearing forbidden love. So for someone listening here, there could be a forbidden or a risky aspect to this connection or relationship or situation to moving this forward. There could be the feeling that there's some kind of blockage here, a barrier mentally, emotionally, or in the physical worlds. And if that is the case, the person I'm tapping into here who is connected to you is thinking heavily about ways that they can overcome this blockage, again, whether it's external or within themselves. But I do see that in many cases, this will actually be an external blockage. I'm hearing the word nomad, so someone here might frequently travel. We also do have the Journey card in the upright position. This can also connect with the number 222. And what this card tells me is that the two of you may have met when you were both somewhere that you usually aren't, or somewhere new, or while you were traveling or visiting somewhere. But alternatively, this card can speak to this person I'm tapping into here really trying to think of ways that they can see you again or bridge some type of distance between you. So I want to get more information on this. Ooh, we have rest and rejuvenation in the upright position. I was picking up on this a bit earlier because of the intense spiritual energy flowing around this situation. I'm getting that a lot of the movement forward here is actually happening energetically or subconsciously, specifically while you're sleeping. So if this is a love situation, I'm getting that the two of you are consciously or unconsciously astral projecting together at night and connecting in this way. So this means that essentially you are projecting your consciousness, exiting your body spiritually, energetically, and then connecting with each other in the astral realm and downloading these really powerful meetings and experiences that you may or may not remember consciously. So this actually seems to be moving things forward a lot more quickly than either of you are accustomed to. Like, this has the feeling of, I don't know how to describe this energy, but it's almost like it's moving both extremely fast and painfully slow at the same time. And let me know in the comments if that connects with anyone listening, because again, it's really hard to find the words to describe this. It's a very unique spiritual kind of energy between the two of you. Again, if there are two people that are involved here in some kind of a romantic way. And when I say it's moving both fast and slow, I mean that energetically, there are almost constant downloads, telepathic experiences. The two of you are so profoundly entangled. I'm hearing deja vu. So what you're going to notice with this person as well is that your interactions with them feel like deja vu. They almost feel as though they've already occurred. And this is because these interactions have all been planned out in your shared soul contract. So you and this person actually contracted as souls to meet, to connect in this lifetime in the way that you are. And because of this soul contract, of course, we don't write absolutely everything into the terms of our contract, so we do have free will that we can exercise in this life, but we tend to create these kinds of guideposts as souls, almost like breadcrumbs to guide us through life. And this can be certain preset interactions, turning points in our life, conversations, meetings, and your interactions with this person actually feel very much that way, which is why you might be getting this feeling of deja vu when the two of you are together, almost like, haven't we done this before? And another reason for this deja vu is because in your soul history, you have actually quote unquote done this before, because it's almost like I'm hearing inside joke, like there are inside jokes between your souls that of course you might not consciously be aware of, where you set up these circumstances in an incarnation that may actually be very similar to previous life circumstances. So this is just one isolated example, but for example, if one of you is a musician in this life playing a show and they look out into the audience and see you or see the other and your eyes meet and it's like, whoa, this feels like deja vu. Again, this is a very isolated example. It feels like deja vu for the both of you in this instance, possibly because, let's say in this case, in a past life, something extremely similar may have happened. So maybe one of you was like a famous composer in the 1600s or the 1700s playing a piano in front of like a royal court or something like that. And one of you was a prince or a princess who noticed the playing and you locked eyes. And again, there's that vein of similarity that seems to run through your incarnations. And of course, that's one very isolated example. But what I'm saying is, it feels like the circumstances around your meeting and subsequent interactions in this life are actually very parallel in almost an inside joke, funny kind of way to previous incarnations. Once again, though, part of why this deja vu is happening is because energetically there's so much telepathy taking place. It's actually quite insane. It is really wild how much the two of you are telepathically communicating and how you both are feeling crazy for it. Like each of you is wondering, is this all in my head? Because I feel like there is so much back and forth communication. It's like whenever a conversation happens between the two of you, it's actually already happened telepathically at some other level or layer, and now it's just playing out consciously, which is why, again, the energy feels like it's moving really fast, whereas some of your physical interactions feel painfully slow, because even if things are moving fast from a human perspective in the physical world, it's almost like your human selves can't quite keep up, or there's like a lag between how far the energy has moved and then your subsequent human interactions. There's always this lag because, again, everything feels like it's already happened or already been said before it happens or before one of you says it to the other. I know we got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but that just felt like a really powerful message for someone and might explain some of the ways that you've been feeling. Okay, so let's shuffle the cards here, and I want to know how this person is feeling about you. So with Angel of Love reversed, I see that this person sees your presence, especially if you're a divine feminine, as being almost unreal. In fact, they're kind of reeling from this whole situation or all of these interactions because there's so much activity in their heart space with the heart chakra card in the upright position. With the contract card reversed, they're subconsciously sensing that some kind of soul contract is being fulfilled or played out here that their conscious mind can't quite understand, and yet their physical human self is struggling to really ground this in. It's almost like they're reeling from the energy. This is something that this person is very much not accustomed to. I feel like prior to meeting you, they were really stuck in some kind of a rut or routine where they would do the same things over and over. I'm hearing Groundhog Day, so their life may have felt like a Groundhog Day in some way where they were just continuously playing things out over and over. And it's been a long time since they felt really anything that lit them up emotionally. In fact, I'm hearing Comfortably Numb, which is funny because that's a song too, but I feel like this person felt comfortably numb, like they got comfortable with not really feeling much of anything or having a really limited emotional bandwidth, focusing a lot on themselves, on their daily routines. But again, their routines had become kind of like this Groundhog Day feeling. And then when they meet you, it's almost like they are completely broken out of these typical cycles and routines, and they really can't look away from you, with appreciation in the reverse position. I'm hearing they want all of you. They want all of your time, your attention, your love. They're wondering as well, I'm getting that someone here is wondering if you are available romantically, if you have someone. They're very curious about your status, but also curious to get to know you more in the physical 3D world. But this is actually because at a soul level, their soul knows you so intimately and so intensely that they can't help but want to connect a face, a name, an identity, a story to the soul that subconsciously they already know through multiple lifetimes and that they've already been connected to. I feel like this is someone who has a kind of lone wolf energy to them. But again, as I read into their energy, you might actually feel as though I'm reading into your energy. And this is because there is so much mirroring happening between the two of you, even personality-wise. I believe that you have so much in common energetically and at a soul level. You have a shared loneliness, that loneliness that comes from actually being one who is a very old soul and who comes into earth with a really powerful soul intention that is unique and very different from people around them. I feel like you both live or desire to live a bit of an unconventional life in some respect, but I'm not sure who exactly I'm speaking to here. I also feel that you both really value your freedom above all else, but possibly you've both found that it can be difficult to balance freedom with connection. So maybe you've longed equally for someone that you can connect with in your freedom, that you can share your freedom and excitement of life with without feeling tethered or tied down or weighed down in any type of way. And even though this person feels like they're kind of going crazy for feeling this way, because I don't feel they possibly know you extremely well yet in the physical world, they are seeing this intense potential between the two of you. Again, this feels like something they're sensing very much spiritually, subconsciously, and every time they start thinking in this direction, it's almost like they try to stop themselves with their conscious human thinking mind because they believe that it might be too good to be true. But once again, I feel that you might be mirroring that energy back to them as well. So wow, very powerful messages coming through this reading. If this is connecting with you, then in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more into this person's thoughts and most intimate feelings about you, love messages that this person wants to deliver to you. I will also be channeling into any messages from your spirit guides or your higher self at this time regarding either this situation or your current life path. I'll also be reading predictively into possible future timelines with this person because I do feel that's been a point of frustration, like when or how is this going to unfold? So all of that will be in the extended Patreon reading, which is linked in the pinned comment and description box under the video. But for now, I am going to close this first reading here on YouTube with just one final Rumi Oracle card. And this card is Blessing of Zara. Let go of thoughts. Don't take it into your hearts. You are naked, and thought is like ice. You use thought to seek release from suffering and pain, while thought is the cause of your suffering and pain. The realm of creation is outside the scope of thoughts. O foolish one, see the opus, behold the beauty, look in the direction from which the images flow, see the brook that causes the wheel to turn, Rumi. And the guidebook also says, if something appears to be leaving your life, even something painful to release, it is because it is no longer healthy for you or no longer supporting of life for you. There is something more loving and beautiful awaiting. You are being given a blessing of Zara, of radiance, of brightness. This blessing has a purpose. It is to clear out that which would obstruct your full unfoldment to support the divine jewel of your soul in shining. You are being given an opportunity supported by life, by the earth, by the grace of the divine beloved, to shed toxins from your being. These may be physical and they may equally be of emotional, psychic, or psychological origin. Give your body and mind time to rest and replenish so that the blessing can be fully received. So that feels like a beautiful place to close this reading. I really hope a message from the reading connected with someone who is out there listening today. If you were the one who manifested this message today, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. Otherwise, I am sending you so much love. If you are feeling guided to continue with me to the extended version of this reading, the link to that will be in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Sending so much love. Have a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.